Sandra Valukas. State your name and address for the record, please.
Sandra Valukas, 10,004 Highgate Circle, 37931. I have been here multiple times, and there are people who would have the community believe that it's just those of us speaking at this podium that are upset, but they are wrong. When I stand at this podium to speak and support our teachers, I am representing not only myself, but other parents who are working right now, parents who do not have someone to watch their children for them, and the parents who have other responsibilities tonight. My children and the stress and anxiety they are experiencing is not unique, and I represent those parents whose children are going through the same things. You see, parents talk to each other, we vent, we compare, we sympathize, and we support each other. Teachers could probably attest to the fact that parents share information faster than you can blink sometimes. There are parents who can't be here tonight because they are home working with their child on today's math assignment, trying to decipher the way it is being taught and making sure their child understands it, because tomorrow the teacher will have to move on to something else. Because we aren't focused on quality education anymore, but quantity. It's drive-through education, grab it and move on. My kids are the lucky ones, I suppose, even with the emotional toll the changes are taking on them, because they are maintaining high grades in spite of the curriculum changes. But I worry that won't always be true. I'm afraid the educational foundation being set in elementary school is a slippery slope, because teachers are not allowed the time to make sure that their students have the basics down pat before moving on. And it's not just math. We are so focused on writing, but spelling and grammar are taking a back seat in our writing assignments. Kids think it's okay if words are misspelled because it doesn't count against them. People make judgments about you from what you write and what you say. Spelling and grammar are major parts of that. And relying on technology to take care of those things for you is foolish. I've talked a lot about the barrage of testing the children are going through this year. It needs to stop. That's the solution. Surely it would save the county some money that could better be used for classroom needs. There needs to be a better way of assessing these kids other than a standardized test every 3 weeks. When I have a concern about my child, I ask their teacher, because their teacher is working with them on the daily basis and can give me a better assessment of my child and what works than any standardized test can. I want to see the non-state mandated tests disappear. And if they don't disappear, I want to be allowed to opt my child out of the test with a note to school, not by keeping them home. This is not because school is my babysitter. I actually enjoy the days off from school almost as much as my kids do. But I don't want them to miss school if it isn't absolutely necessary. I also want to see more information given to parents on the tests, surveys, and assessments being given to students. If you can send an email letting parents know about important school-related events in Knox County, surely you can send an email about tests. I want the email to tell when the test, survey, or assessment will be, what subject it covers, who mandated it, why it's being given, and how the scores will be used. Notification needs to be sent at least 3 business days before it will be going on, so that it allows parents to ask questions. And I want to see the scores from the tests you're giving my children without having to ask their teacher. Of course, the number of tests being given, that's a lot of paper to budget for. So instead, utilize the parent portal. Put this test scores on the standardized testing tab for parents to view. Don't limit it to just the TCAP scores. Over and over again, the argument for Common Core is, don't you want higher standards for our children? And don't you think it's important that they learn problem solving and become critical thinkers? Yes, I do think those ideas are good ones, but the way these standards are being implemented lacks common sense, and that is why people all over this state and others are standing up and voicing their concerns and pushing back on the changes. And don't quote to me the data of the rise in test scores, because I believe a lot of that data is flawed, and I don't trust it. It's hard to trust data showing you that what's going on in our schools is making things better when you have a 7-year-old throwing up from standardized test anxiety. Bottom line, it's time for the board and Dr. McIntyre to step up and admit that maybe this has not gone as well as you thought. Maybe all the changes you added on top of the state's changes connected to Common Core were too much. You need to pay more attention to the teacher survey you did in December and actually use it to make big changes, not just say you did a survey and throw out some minor adjustments. You also need to find ways to decrease class size in order to improve learning instead of cutting positions with attrition. Teachers who are leaving are not leaving because they don't have enough kids in their class to teach. So it doesn't make sense not to fill their vacant positions. We need you to listen to what we have been saying for months and show us you are really listening and care about the whole child, not just the test score. Thank you.
Bill Claxton. You state your name and address for the record, please, and you have up to 5 minutes.
Thank you. Madam Chair and members of the board, I'm Phil Clack,